Hello guys and welcome to a new Scratch tutorial. Today we're going to talk about painting. Okay, what is painting? Let's say I don't want to pick any character from the sprite library over here and I want to design my own character. I want to paint my own character. How do I do this? First thing is let's click back over here and we get rid of the cat by clicking on the trash box. And now I don't have any sprites or any characters. How do I design my own character? I need to go in the bottom here. Don't click, you just need to move your mouse on the cat. And then you go on paint and click one time. Once you click on paint, you should see kind of a toolbox on the left side here, which allows you to design a new character. Now, we have two different modes on the Scratch program. Number one is called bitmap and the other called vector. How do I switch between these two modes? Over here in the bottom, once you click over here, it will switch to one mode. Click again and we'll switch to another. I want you to click until you see the mode says convert to vector. Once it says convert to vector, stop clicking. Okay, so let's see how everything works here. Let's click on the first one in the top here and see what it does. Okay, before I start, I should let you know that anytime you want to call your costume something, you want to title the name of the costume, you can always go here, delete this, and you can customize it, or you can adjust it the way you want. You can call it whatever you want. Let's say I want to call it cat, and now your costume is called cat over here. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the brush. Once you click on brush over here, you have two things to adjust. First thing you need to adjust is the color of the brush. Second thing is your size of the brush. So what does that mean? Let's take a look. Let's practically see what does that mean. If I click on fill here, I'm going to pick a color of the brush. Okay, any color you want, not necessarily the one I picked. And then you can go here and increase or decrease that number and it will give you the size. This is size 31. If I increase that number to a bigger number, now it's a little bigger or thicker. You can go here and make that 100 and now it's even bigger. So this is the difference between the size. So anytime you change the size to a bigger, the brush will be that big. Anytime you want to change it to a smaller number, it will be kind of small. Okay. Now, what else can I do here? Let's say I made a mess here. I want to get rid of all this. How do I do that? You have the undo button in the top. This is a very, very important feature, guys. The undo button here is very important. This is redo, and this is undo. Once you click on undo, it will undo everything you did last. Look at this. And it will clean up everything. This is very, very helpful because sometimes you don't want to use the eraser to erase stuff. You want to use the undo instead. Okay, so make sure you know that we have the undo button in the top and this is how it works. You click on it a few times and it will undo everything you did. Now, let's say I want to design a triangle. How do I do this? Or a box, how do I do that? Do I need to use the brush? Let's use the brush and see how it's going to look. I'm going to decrease the number here and I'm going to draw a triangle over here. Now, if you look at this, this is not perfect. This is kind of sloppy. How do I make sure I create a perfect triangle? See over here, there's a straight line. Once you click on it, again, you have two things to adjust, the color and the size of the line. So if you want to say the color, let's do something else here. Let's do blue. And the size, let's say I'm going to make it 20. You can go ahead and do a straight line. Look at the difference between this triangle and this triangle. Two different triangles over here. So this is kind of perfect. Give it a check mark. So this is kind of perfect. This is kind of using the brush. So the brush doesn't usually help in this situation. Let me undo everything I did. Okay, and now let's go on the next option we have, which is the circle. Now, how does the circle work and how can I adjust it? Okay, first thing is you need to know that you have two things to adjust here. Number one is the fill. Number two is the circle could be outlined or filled. What's the difference? Let's take a look. Let's now pick a color and let's go here and draw a circle. Remember that we clicked on filled. So let's go and click a circle. Now, once you let go, once you finish your circle and let go, you will see these little dots around the circle, okay? Once you see these little dots, you can always adjust your circle. So if you wanna extend it from the bottom, you wanna make it bigger, make it smaller, you can go ahead and drag these little dots and it will allow you to adjust your circle. You can always flip your circle around, turn it around left or right by using that turning button in the bottom here. You can just go like that and like this to the other side, and you can easily turn it from one side to another. So let's say you want a diagonal circle, you can always move it and adjust it accordingly. Okay. Now, once you finish doing your circle, you need to click away one time, and that will finish up your work. Now, let's draw an outline circle this time with a different color. You will see here there is a new feature appeared, which is the thickness, how thick or thin your outline is. So let's do, for example, 20 or 30. I'm gonna go here and do outline. And this is a difference between outline and filled. Now let's say the thickness is not good enough. Let's make it a bigger number. Look at this, look what's gonna happen to my circle. Smaller number will make it thinner. So you can always adjust your circle using this feature over here, which is thickness. Okay, the next thing we have is the little box here. And remember, you have two things you could do here. First, filled. Again, you can adjust it the way you want, like the circle. You can turn it, okay. Second is the outline. And this is what it looks like. So it's kind of the same as a circle, except it's a different shape. Let me undo everything I did here. Multiple times. And then we're gonna go on and talk about the T letter, okay? So over here you have a T. Once you click on it, this stands for text or type. So let's say you wanna type a word or a text, you can always click on the T, go here in a little space and type. Let me see if I can type my name. So I'm gonna do George, okay? Once you type your name, once you type the word you wanna type, you can always click one time away from that. And again, you see these little dots. Anytime you see these little dots around your name, around your shape, around your circle or box, whatever it is, this means that you can still adjust it. So let's say my name here is a little too small. I want to make it a little bigger. You can always drag these circles and look at that. You can move it from the middle here. You can drag it. You can also turn it using the turn in the bottom. Okay. So you can make these little adjustments as long as you have the dots around. If you don't have the dots, if you click one time here, you don't have the dots anymore, you can't do it anymore. You have to undo. Okay. You also can adjust the font over here. You can remember, you can click on it and adjust the font. Pixelated, curly, marker, and so on. Look at that. Okay. Done. The next thing is a little bucket here. Look at the little bucket here. We're going to use this a lot. The little bucket allows you to change the color of an existing character. So let's say I have this character here and I don't like the color of the circle. How do I change the color of the circle? Do I have to use a brush? No. You could use that little bucket. Once you click on the little bucket, choose a different color and click on whatever you want to change. So you go over here and click, and now your circle is red. Let's go on the second one and make it maybe green or something. Go ahead and click. Remember, in the outer one, if you click inside, it will change the color of the whole thing. Okay. If you click outside, it will change. It's supposed to change the color of the outer. I think in this case, you have an exception because it disappeared. I can't see it over here. So don't worry about this for now. Let's see the name. Look at that. The name can also be changed. This is just a glitch, guys. It's not showing here. It's deleted, but I don't know why it's taken so long. Anyway. So over here, you can always change the color of your name as well. Okay, so the bucket here allows you to change the color of anything you have, any character you have. Now, everybody is familiar with this, I'm guessing. This is the eraser. Anytime you want to erase, you can always erase, okay, using it. Let's say the eraser is a little too small. It's going to take too much time. You can always increase the size of the eraser to 100, and that will make a big eraser. You can erase anything you want, okay? Remember, the color in this case doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference. Okay, so no matter what color it is, the eraser will always wipe out everything you have in here. Okay, good. Now the next thing here is called select. Now let's say I want to select a certain part of my character here. Let's say I have this little circle. I want to select a little part. You can go inside it, cut the little part you want to select, and you can move it somewhere else. Okay, let's do it in another way. Let's go on this circle and cut a little piece here. Click on select. Oh, this doesn't work. So let's do it on a name. Let's move the R somewhere else. You can move the R. You can go here and move the O. Okay. The G as well. You can move it So this allows you basically to select something from the character. If you want to separate it, if you want to add something, you can always do it with the circle. You can also use the copy here. This allows you to copy something. So let's say we clicked on the G over here, and I want to make another copy of the G. If I click on copy, then click paste, now you have 2 of them. If you click paste again, you have 3 of them. Paste again, 4 of them. Now, let's say I want to delete them. How do I delete these duplicated ones? Once you click on each one, you can click delete, and this will delete whatever you have. Okay? Now, if I want to delete the whole thing, I just click delete, and boom, everything deleted. Want to get it back, you click redo or undo. You can undo what you did last. Now, let's say I have one character I want to flip back and forth. I'm going to pick a character. No, not this one. Let's go and pick something looking toward the right. Let's see, maybe this girl over here, Avery or Abby. And let's say Abby, gotta go back to the same option here, which is select. Let's say Abby is looking toward the right. I want her to look toward the left. If you look over here, you have flip horizontal and flip vertical. You can allow the Abby to look toward the other direction. Look at this. Abby's gonna look toward any direction you want by clicking on flip horizontal. And you also can click vertical, and Abby will be upside down. Okay, this is it for this tutorial. We're going to continue working on our next project. Bye, guys.